This is Diane Downs, and you may be wondering, why is this sweet little pregnant lady in handcuffs being arrested? It's because she is a fucking murderer and she's up for parole in 2021. Diane married her high school sweetheart, Steve Downs, and they immediately started having kids. She always said she wanted to be a mom. Their oldest daughter is Christy Ann. And then they had Cheryl Lynn, and then they had their son, Daniel. Diane got kicked out of college for promiscuous behavior. Steve claims that Daniel isn't his son, and that he is a result of an affair. So they get a divorce. In Diane's words, she said that she had 10 different partners that she had relations with, and less than half of them were married. So then, Diane starts seeing this guy named Robert Knickerbocker. But Robert Knickerbocker was married, and he said that he would leave his wife for Diane. She offers to kill his wife, and he's like, no, let's just move. Part 2 is already posted.
So what happened to Lizzie Borden after the trial? She was happy. Just kidding. Basically, all she wanted to do was go home, so her and Emma went home. Lizzie decided to stay in Fall River. She bought her dream home, Maplecroft, on the hill like she always wanted. Her happiness was not long-lived. Her supporters, which were the rich elite, quickly cooled to her and then ultimately dropped her. The working class never liked her and was never on her side. So now no one was on her side. Even her church that she volunteered at for years teaching Sunday school declared that she was unwelcome. She even maintained a pew she wasn't allowed to go to until 1905. She renamed herself Lizbeth and lived in Maplecroft with her sister Emma. That was until 1905 when Emma essentially followed suit with everyone else and dropped her as well and moved out. They never spoke to each other again for the rest of their lives. When Lizzie died, Emma died only 10 days later, even though Emma was 9 years her elder. Every year, the Fall River Daily Globe reminded everyone of the crime, and children would go outside of her house and sing a nursery rhyme. You know the one?
Hey y'all, so today we're going to be talking about the girl who posted this TikTok and then went on to murder her sister hours later. Her name is Claire Miller. She's 14 years old. This is her TikTok profile, so if you've ever come across it, you've come across a murderer. That reason being because on February 22nd, while her parents were sleeping, she went into her older sister's bedroom and proceeded to stab her multiple times and left the knife in her neck. She then proceeded to frantically call the police, and when they arrived, they said she was outside and appeared to be washing the blood off with the snow. What makes this case even sadder is that her sister Helen Miller was wheelchair-bound due to cerebral palsy, so she really had no chance to fight back against her sister or anything. Claire Miller is now awaiting trial, where she'll be tried as an adult, so yeah, that's pretty scary, and I feel bad for anybody involved in this situation.
Hi, I'm Cam and this is 1 Minute Murder. May of 1999, a 14-year-old girl made her way to a Hong Kong police station. Officers, she was being haunted by the ghost of a woman who had been bound by electrical wire and tortured to death. They brushed her off until she explained that she had a hand in her murder. They followed her back to her flat and found this. An oversized Hello Kitty doll with the decapitated skull of a woman inside it. It's the head of Fan Man Yi. Fan's life was tragic before this event took place. After being abandoned by her family as a child, she was raised in a girls' home. She developed a drug addiction and was turning to prostitution to pay for her drug habit. In early 1997, Fan met Chan Man Lok, a 34-year-old pimp and drug dealer. Later in 1997, desperate for money and drugs, Fan Man Yi stole Man Lok's wallet and attempted to make off with $4,000. As soon as he saw it was gone, he had 2 other men kidnap her. Earning the money back wasn't enough for them. They began torturing her for over a month. Tied her up and beat her, burned her skin, raped her, and forced her to eat human feces. When she died, they cut up her body in a bathtub with a saw. The 14-year-old girl participated in the murder but was granted immunity for giving the details. The 3 were sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole.
I bit the apple cause I loved you, and why would you lie? And then I realized you're just as naive as I am. Oh, you're so traumatized, it makes me wanna cry. You dumb motherfucker, I loved you, I loved you, I loved you, it's true.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do.
Could you stay the night at the Lizzie Borden house? Watch your head. Summon demons, human hair. Relax. Toy box for ghost children. Orbs. Shadow people. Actual murder. Okay, get out.
So what happened to Lizzie Borden after the trial? She was happy. Just kidding. Basically, all she wanted to do was go home, so her and Emma went home. Lizzie decided to stay in Fall River. She bought her dream home, Maplecroft, on the hill like she always wanted. Her happiness was not long-lived. Her supporters, which were the rich elite, quickly cooled to her and then ultimately dropped her. The working class never liked her and was never on her side. So now no one was on her side. Even her church that she volunteered at for years teaching Sunday school declared that she was unwelcome. She even maintained a pew she wasn't allowed to go to until 1905. She renamed herself Lizbeth and lived in Maplecroft with her sister Emma. That was until 1905 when Emma essentially followed suit with everyone else and dropped her as well and moved out. They never spoke to each other again for the rest of their lives. When Lizzie died, Emma died only 10 days later, even though Emma was 9 years her elder. Every year, the Fall River Daily Globe reminded everyone of the crime, and children would go outside of her house and sing a nursery rhyme. You know the one?
You said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to know. But you didn't have to cut me off. Think like it never happened, that we were nothing. Now I need your love.
Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about the most hated woman in Utah. This is Megan Huntsman. Megan and her husband Darren West and their 3 daughters lived in Pleasant Grove, Utah. On April 13th, 2014, Darren was cleaning out his garage when he came across a box. Upon opening it, he was shocked to find the body of a deceased infant, which had been wrapped in a towel and placed in a plastic bag in the box. When police arrived, they walked into a nightmare. 6 more boxes were soon recovered, also in the garage, all of which contained the remains of deceased infants. Each baby had been wrapped in towels or shirts, put inside plastic bags, stored inside the box, which had then been taped shut with electrical tape. It didn't take long for Megan to confess. Between 1996 and 2006, Megan somehow hid her pregnancies from Darren and their 3 other living children. Within 2 minutes of giving birth, she would strangle all 6 babies to death. During that time, Megan was addicted to methamphetamine and claimed that she couldn't afford to keep the babies and still buy drugs, which is why she had to kill them. Megan claims that she didn't murder her 3 living children only because other people knew about the pregnancies. Megan was arrested and sentenced to 6 terms of 5 years to life in prison. She will be eligible for parole in 2064.
Journalist Kim Wall was doing a story on Peter Madsen and a submarine he had built. This is the last photo of Kim before she boards the submarine with Peter, and he would proceed to murder and dump her body at sea. This is the last photo of 29-year-old Spanish bullfighter Victor Barrio. These are his last moments alive before he is gored by that bull named Lorenzo on live TV. This is 31-year-old volcanologist David Johnson. He was the first to report on the Mount St. Helens eruption in Washington in 1980. This is the last picture taken before he would die from a lateral blast from the eruption, despite being 6 miles away from the initial eruption. Cheyenne Antoine on the left and Brittany Gargle on the right. This is the last selfie these 2 best friends took together before Cheyenne would proceed to strangle Brittany with the belt she's wearing in this picture. She claims she has no memory of this ever occurring, and she pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to 7 years in prison.
The bizarre case of the homicidal sleepwalker. It was the night of May 24th, 1987, when this man, Kenneth Parks, fell asleep watching TV. At some point in time, he had woken up, gotten in his car, and drove to his in-laws. Upon his arrival, he grabbed a tire iron and used a key to enter the home. Grabbing a knife from the kitchen, he proceeded to the bedroom. He had stabbed and beat his mother-in-law to death. After unsuccessfully killing his father-in-law, he returned to his car. He drove to the police station and made a full confession. After numerous psych evaluations, they found the man not guilty. They say an overwhelming amount of stress and anxiety could have caused this. He had huge gambling debts, lost his job, and was a new father. The day prior, he promised to fix his in-laws' furnace. Experts say that's why he might have ended up there. But what do you think?
I bit the apple cause I loved you, and why would you lie? And then I realized you're just as naive as I am. Oh, you're so traumatized, it makes me wanna cry. You dumb motherfucker, I loved you, I loved you, I loved you. It's